We say that Jesus is the way. He is the role model. He has the way. He has the answer. The idea for the business, most ideas fail because the wrong person is doing the wrong idea to the wrong customer group. There's no such thing as a good business idea, and there's no such thing as a bad business idea. Lots of people go, I've got the best ideas. And I'm like, cool. What there is, though, is there's an idea that's right for me that would be different for you, and that would be vice versa as well. Where to start? Like, ideas are valueless, really. They have absolutely no value. And there's no such thing as a new idea or an innovative idea. Everything is just a morphed version of what's already been done by somebody else in some other way. That being said, you could think, well, Rob, you're saying that there's no point doing a business or like starting anything if there's no good or bad ideas and everything else is just a copy of what's already happened. Well, the answer is that simple. That's not true, although it could sound like that. The place to start is not the idea for the business itself, like the light control business. That's what I make these things. In fact, you're highly likely to fail if you start with, I do a light control business, or I'm a this, or I'm a that. I think the most sensible place to start is, who are the people that would most easily buy from me, that I can find easily, quickly, and in abundance and do it consistently? Who are they? Who are those people? Like, where's that swimming pool of customers that I could go and sell to? That will, if I was to go to them and say, hey, maybe can I just help you? They'd be like, oh, I'd love to receive your help. But we haven't even defined what help is, but I'd love to receive your help. And they'd warm to you and they'd see you and they'd like you. And you'd warm and you'd receive like them and you'd love to spend time with them as well. And then you could say, well, what is there inside of me that could really, really, really be used to solve a problem for those people that they desperately want to have solved, right? Not need to have solved, want to have solved. It'd be very hard to go and sell sobriety, so not drinking, to alcoholics, right? What they really want is more wine. And so I think we often start with at the wrong end of, here's a great business idea. I think we should really start with, like Jesus did. Who are my customers? Jewish people within walking distance of Nazareth. Cool. Why would they buy from me? Why would they buy into me? Because I look like them, sound like them, talk like them, worked like them. I know them, they know me. We get on with each other, have done for years. And well, what are they struggling with? Well, this God thing's really flipping complicated with them. They stubbed their toe on law 472 on a Tuesday morning, and then they're made to feel guilty for 8 weeks. They get pushed to the back of the church because they're no longer allowed close to the front because they're just naughty. Upset God. How can I help them with that? I tell you what, I'm going to make it easier and simpler for them. We already get on with each other. I'm like, tell you what, buy into me and follow me, because that whole religion thing you've learnt, I'm going to simplify it for you. Just love God, love others as thyself. You don't have to worry about any of the laws anymore. But don't worry, the 632, just delete them. They're not relevant. Just do love God, love others as thyself and follow me. Oh, simpler, easier, quicker, from a person like them who can demonstrate miracles, God in action. God, no longer God in theory, but God in reality, like healing. Everybody will buy into him. We say that Jesus is the way. He is the role model. He has the way. He has the answer. The idea for the business, most ideas fail because the wrong person is doing the wrong idea to the wrong customer group. That being said, why don't we just start with who's the right customer group for you? Because the customers will easily, quickly, and frequently buy from you. And you can access that customer group to sell to them in the hundreds, thousands, and tens of thousands consistently every day of the week. Now, you can go start thinking about what a business idea could possibly look like. We've got a starting point. But until we can do that starting point, we've just got an idea with no customers, and we're trying to reverse engineer a process that could be forward engineered. You can do whatever you like. Anybody can. Don't upset Jesus, that's it. You can do whatever you like. However, there is a consequence that comes with that freedom of choice, right? There is artists out there, Banksy is a great example, who places his art that people appreciate because of its lack of legality and his naughtiness and whatever else. He has a way of putting it as a miracle, because it just appears, in front of millions of people consistently. But there is a consequence of, I'm a great artist, I want to make art and sell art. Well, that's nice, but who are the 20,000 people you can sell that to consistently, easily, who will buy from you frequently and often? If you can't answer that question, then you can be an artist, but you will fulfill the starving artist narrative. Because Jesus didn't say, you think about this, I'm really talented as, actually takes that verse from Deuteronomy, and that Jesus repeated 4 times in the New Testament, of love God, love others as thyself. If you start with I want to be an artist, at best you get to love God, love yourself, then love others, because you're starting with I. My business idea, I'm talented at. So at best, you take that God, self, others. At worst, where most people get trapped, is self, God, others. You try and impose your will on top of him. Seek first the kingdom, Matthew 6:33, for the benefit of the children, of the others, who you can access in abundance, and then see what gifts there are within you that the others really, really, really want to have. What I've just described is exactly how Elon Musk builds businesses. How he's built SpaceX, Starlink, Tesla. He built it exactly that way. It's all built on the premise of opening up Mars as a colony for if Earth reaches a point where we're not able to live on Earth anymore, right? If you think about Starlink internet, and I've done videos on this on the past, it's very fast internet that you can access anywhere on Earth where there's a country that licenses, which sadly is not South Africa, for a few % of what it costs to get fiber in your home country, with no contract. Turn it off, turn it on, pay for it as you use it at a fraction of the price. He's fundamentally made people who want affordable internet at fast speeds with no contract, no commitment, and no worries accessible to the masses. He is simply, as the world's richest man, a beneficiary of a gravity fall towards him. Because that's what's happening, right? But that's God's hierarchy. God, others, self. It's hierarchical, but it's also gravity bound. And so it's not, maybe I am challenging how some people view the world to be with regards to business, but it's not how the world's richest people do it. And I think that's the Matthew principle playing out. The rich get rich and the poor get poorer, is the poor have been fed exceptionally inadequate business information and being brainwashed to it being true. If you actually stand back and observe the really, really, really rich, the really, really, really rich, they all do it in exactly the same way. The oil tycoons, the Muslim ones actually in the Far East, they make cents on the dollar for the oil that they sell. Their margins are minuscule, and yet they're trillionaires. Most business owners are chasing after, how can I make my margin as big as possible? It's not what Elon Musk's done. It's not what the Arabs have done with the oil. It's not what Coca-Cola does. It's not what Vanguard does. It's not what BlackRock does. They make minuscule amounts. What they have got is a captive buying audience that they can put their thing in front of consistently, and the audience of customers buys quickly, easily, and consistently. You see, the rich get rich and the poor get poorer because the poor pursue knowledge and the rich pursue wisdom. The rich don't. Greed would be the Arabs putting 75% markup on, so taking 75 cents out of every dollar, for instance, for the oil that they sell, not 4 cents. That would be what the rich do that's fundamentally different to what the poor do.